Rajdeep, we know Rishi Kapoor, you've closely known him, met him, interviewed him, such a versatile personality, and it leaves us with such a void today that he's left us behind. Little did we know that he was so serious. He was struggling, battling with cancer over the last 2 years. He was said to have recovered, but this sudden demise has left us shocked.
You know, Nabila, I don't want to claim intimacy, but there was a connection that we had because we went to the same school, we were in the same house, and we would often talk about our school days whenever we met. And significantly in 1972-73, when Bobby was released, his first film, his big hit, Raj Kapoor organized a premiere for the school to raise funds. And I still remember the entire school giving Rishi Kapoor a standing ovation after the screening of Bobby. And we kept in touch over the years. There was that school bond. Plus, I thought Rishi Kapoor evolved. You know, from the chocolate box romantic hero of the 70s to the more serious actor in films like Mulk, Rishi Kapoor evolved as an actor and as a person. You know, I was pleasantly surprised in the last decade that he would get involved in debates that we did on TV, would often send an SMS or a WhatsApp message as to what he thought was right or wrong with a particular television debate. He had strong views by then and wasn't afraid of voicing them. And I thought it was interesting that when he wrote his autobiography a couple of years ago, he was rather candid about all his failings as well as his successes. And, you know, I think that's what appealed about Rishi Kapoor. I just heard Sushant saying that he wasn't moaning or asking for self-pity, and that's true. When I spoke to him after he'd come back from New York, there wasn't a trace of self-pity. You know, he was trying to live life the way he always knew living life, which was king size. You know, he was a true Kapoor in that sense. Partied hard and worked hard. And that was his mantra in life. I think he was passionate about cinema and genuinely was an aficionado of quality cinema and wanted to be part of it. So, you know, someone you learn to respect over the years.
Absolutely, Rajdeep. He was one of the most versatile actors from his generation who reinvented himself to fit with every generation. A film, in fact, every generation recognizes with Rishi Kapoor. Let's quickly take a look at your own conversation with Rishi Kapoor there, Rajdeep, where he spoke about his relationship with his son, Ranbir Kapoor, who's all along been by his side through this sad demise.
You say that you regret the fact that you're not a friend to your son, that your son Ranbir, who's now a big star himself, is actually in a way distant from you and closer to his mother, Neetu Singh.
Yes, I would say that is something which, you know, I had with my own father, my father had with my grandfather. I do believe that I'm a little orthodox and traditional bound. I'm not ever seen a relationship with my son as a backstabbing father with the son, sharing jokes, naughty jokes, and, you know, talking about girlfriends. I am not that kind of. I'm a little conservative in these things. I regret it now because I see this generation and a different generation. I was a very, what should I say?
Old-fashioned man.
I was old-fashioned in those days. I should have done that. I don't know if Ranbir still misses that. I remember Neetu telling me just last night on something which I have a granddaughter who very happily has greens, you know, her vegetables. And Neetu just reminding my daughter and my granddaughter that when Ranbir was young and when we used to be eating dinner, and I used to see him, you know, not eating his vegetables and only, you know, eating something else. I would always say, come on, let it move, let the greens move, let the greens move. And he would eat those greens with all tears dropping down in his plate.
But you seem a little also in the book. You're not convinced about Ranbir's superstardom. You say you don't appreciate many of the films and the roles that he's done. I mean, how does this relationship work? Are you proud that you are now identified by some as Ranbir's father?
Absolutely. I'm very, very proud of the fact. But, you know, एक कहानी है कि मेरे दादा ने मेरे को सुनाई थी कि जो रास्ते में जो तमाशा करते हैं, you know, on the rope, they tie a child on top of a bars, और बांस अपने सर पे रख के they, you know, balance it. So there's this kid who always tried to impress his father. You know, I do such a dangerous stunt and you never, you know, give me any credit for it. And he keeps asking his father, "Kyun bapu, kaisi rahi, kaisi rahi?" And bapu says, "Kasar rahi, kasar rahi." Agar मैं उसे आज बोल दूं here, you're champion, you're god of acting, you're everything. I'll spoil him, yeah. He will never improve. He will never try to work harder in this thing. So, though I love my son, but I'm very critical about his films. I've always seen him doing the films which are off the curve. They're not really the formulaic Hindi films which he shouldn't have done it also, which I'm very happy.
Gosh, Rajdeep, this is, it's so lovely to see him speak every time. The moment he speaks, he fills up the room with joy, sheds all inhibitions, nothing that he hides. What was the off-camera conversations that you had post this interview? We'd like to know.
Those are not meant to be told on television. Look, he was a bon vivant. He loved life and celebrated life, and I think that's what he regretted in the last couple of years. Being cooped up in a room, not being out there shooting for films. That's where I think he really sort of was able to express himself. He had his few friends in his private life, but once he was on screen, he was magic. On the sets, he was magic. A lot of actors have told me that working with Chintu or Rishi was a joy because he never tried to steal the show. He was very comfortable in his own shoes, which is why he was very successful in multi-starrers. In the late 70s, early 80s, there were a number of multi-starrers where Amitabh Bachchan was the big star, but there was always Rishi Kapoor. Films like Trishul or films like Amar Akbar Anthony, where he held his own. Yeah. The focus was on Amitabh naturally as the biggest star of his generation, but Rishi held his own. He was particularly good, I thought, with comedy. And I asked him once about that, and he said, look, yaar, zindagi mein hasna to hai aur logon ko hasana hai. Whether it was, of course, in that little old role as a child actor in Mera Naam Joker, but through the years, he sort of evolved, as I keep saying, as an actor, but he liked comic roles. Films like Rafu Chakkar, I remember very well. And he also, of course, had his single hero hit films like Karz, like Bobby Itself, like Khel Khel Mein. And, he was a versatile actor. And I think that versatility, particularly Nabila, shone in the last phase of his career when he did films like Mulk. When you've done a Bobby in 1972 and then you can do a Mulk in 2017, almost 45 years later, that is, that's remarkable. That shows longevity, that shows an ability to evolve. I don't think he was ever sort of afraid of being overshadowed by anyone else because he was very confident about his own craft. Even when he had a series of flops, as he writes in his book, as a single hero, he was depressed for a while, but eventually was convinced that his talent would shine out. And that's exactly what he did. He was very, very talented. And by the end, I don't think he will be recognized as Raj Kapoor's son today.
Absolutely.
Today, when the tributes are flowing in, he's not even being recognized as either Ranbir's father or Raj Kapoor's son. He's being recognized as Rishi Chintu Kapoor.
Rajdeep,
someone who
put you on hold.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.